Welcome back to Cask 529, everyone. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shona.
And we're here with October's Bottle Haul. All right, so Shona, we had a pretty productive month of October as far as bottle acquiring goes.
Between you and our VP of Search.
Yes, the VP of Search definitely.
I think we have a couple VPs of Search now.
You helped out a lot.
Give credit where credit's due.
Who else we got?
Well, we got Charles in Florida who helped us get it.
Charles in Florida, you'll see, has helped us. He's helped us a great deal.
Yes. Yep.
A couple bottles that are beyond the cut. They were before October, so.
Right.
But we're going to have a couple bottles for this month.
Yes.
So I guess we'll dive right in.
We will.
I'm not sure. I guess we'll start with Charles.
Yep.
So Charles had mentioned to us that he had got the Maker's Mark Lost Recipe, and we were like, well, we've heard of it, we are aware of it, but we've never seen it. He said, oh, it's all over, I can get it down here. So he set us up with a Maker's Mark Lost Recipe. And should I do the one that goes with that?
I think you should,
so,
because Brian found that one to be so
after my first try of it, I was like, wow, that's really good for, I think it's like a $60 bottle. It was really good. So he told Shona, well, I can get backups. So the other day, I had a backup show up. So I'll just sit it right behind there.
Yes.
So thank you, Charles, for assisting in getting those two bottles for us.
Yes. And so also speaking of Charles, he was nice enough to send us a couple blinds. In fact, we have a couple more blinds to do yet. We have not done those. But the one blind was Heaven Hill Grain to Glass. And I don't know if everybody remembers, or if you've seen it, but I enjoyed the blue labeled one so much during the show that our VP of Search, Casey Joe, and Mark found this one for me because it's not locally, so they were in Kentucky. So Heaven Hill Grain to Glass. Thank you, one, Charles, for sending us the sample for me to find out how great it was, and two, Mark and Casey for picking that up for us.
It's important to note that that's what's in our blend tonight. Mm-hmm. So Shona recently had sent me up to the northern part of the state, up to Lake Erie for a little mission we had to accomplish up there. And she said, well, as long as you're going up there, she got on OHLQ's website and checked out one of our favorite liquor stores up there, and I had a shopping list. So among the things on that list were Baker 7 High Rye Bourbon. So I was able to, I had never even heard of it. I don't know if Shona had, or if she just happened to find it checking out the website.
And I'm anxious to taste it. We've not opened that one yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. It's still, like she said, it's still actually got the seal on it, so.
Yep. Did you want to go over the other ones you got while you're up
there? You want me to cover my whole? Now you guys probably, if you were tuned into our trivia night a couple weeks ago, I kind of touched on these real briefly. I picked up how did we decide? Frey. Mm-hmm. We decided it was Frey Ranch. Farm strength, uncut. What is that? 121 proof. So we're excited to, again, try that. We've not had any of the Frey Ranches. So if you guys have, drop us a comment. Let us know what you thought of them. Also, if you would, hit that like button, subscribe button if you haven't already. We'd really appreciate that. And drop us any comment. Also, as long as she had me on the Frey Ranch mission, I picked up a straight rye, bottled and bond. So we're 100 proof on that.
Do you want me to go with a couple? Then you can go back to
why don't you go with a couple?
I do see that.
Because I'm going to be empty by the time I get done with this.
So I'm going to present all three of these. We have not done a review on them yet, but Bryan went bourbon hunting. It wasn't this last week, it was the week before, and they dropped the Dark Arts line, the three Dark Arts that was available in Ohio. It just became available in Ohio. So he found one of them on a Tuesday drop up like more west area, and then two at our local liquor store on that coming Saturday. And so we have the three different Dark Arts that are available in our area. I do know that they do have a couple other special releases, but they're just not available in Ohio yet. But we do look forward to having those. We've tasted but not done a review on these, but I am anxious to do those.
Yeah, and I think the guys and I have talked about doing a show on those on down the road a little ways, because we've got some other ideas. But Sean had mentioned Casey, Joe, and Mark picking up that Heaven Hill for us. While they were in Kentucky, they looked for the other, I think there's two more releases to the Dark Arts. They checked out all over Kentucky. No availability down there yet either. So there's more coming. We just don't know when. So now you want me to go again? Okay. I picked up on the same trip up to Lake Erie area, Sagamore Spirits Double Oak Rye. I've heard a lot about the Sagamore products. Been recommended to us, but we have not. Now we have tasted just a real small taste of this.
Just open it up.
Yeah, and I think we're going to like it. But that was an exciting pickup. You want me to go with another? Or?
Yep, you can go with a couple more, then I'll dig in.
So I picked up the New Riff 8-year limited release. For the best of our knowledge, initially it was only available at the distillery, and we were never able to get it while we were there. Found that up there.
Yep. So we had to pick up some whiskeys for whiskey night, and I know that we already had these on a live we did a few weeks ago when we were talking about the High Banks Whiskey Society. But we picked up 4 different whiskey wars and the Midnight Cask from High Bank to do during our whiskey night this last Wednesday. And you will notice that the bottles are almost already gone. But that's because we shared with the group. I mean, obviously we had to do the pour. So don't think that we drank all these within a couple weeks, because we did not.
I picked up, while I was up at the lake also, a couple more Wilderness Trails that we had not tried. I picked up a Bottled and Bond, and I picked up a Rye Bottled and Bond. So again, the Wilderness Trails we were really excited about. So we're excited. Those have not been opened either, so we're excited.
One of the Rye. I dug into it.
Oh, the Rye. Shauna got into the Rye. I didn't know.
Yesterday. So this last Tuesday, High Bank had a special Whiskey Society night for those members to release a cigar cask. So we were able to get it. They also released it to the general public on Thursday and Friday of this past week. So happy to get another cigar cask, because we finished off batch 1. Now we have batch 2.
And my last bottle is a 1792 single barrel, which dropped here in the last, I think not this past weekend, I think the weekend before I was able to get my hands on that. We love the 1792 line, what we've had of it. That's a bottle that has been eluding us. You just don't see it in Ohio very often, so was able to get my hands on that.
And then VP of Search, Casey, found us this Ancient Age 10-year, 10-star, sorry.
Ancient Age.
Sorry, I did say that wrong. Ancient Age 10-star down in Kentucky, because we have been wanting it ever since Charles put it in one of our blinds, because honestly, it was really good. And so I'm anxious to compare this against Blanton's and a couple other Buffalo Trace products to see how it stands up. I'll just sit this one back here. And I feel like I need to let Bryan do this last one.
So this is a bottle that was actually on my list for my most wanted for the year. Didn't figure we'd ever see it. It dropped locally once. We had other plans, was not able to go wait in line for it. Mark and Casey, of course, knew that we wanted it. on their most recent trip to Kentucky, they had an opportunity to pick up an extra because they already had it. And so they were gracious enough to pick us up a bottle of the Russell's 15. So very excited to have that on the bar.
Super excited.
Very excited. We did have a sample of it a month ago on a live. Mark had actually brought a bottle for a bonus pour. Shona nailed it. As soon as she tasted it, she knew that it was a Russell's and thought it was probably the 15.
Only because they spoil us like that.
They do. They take very good care of us. So that was an awesome, I can't really say it was a pickup. However, it is in our possession. So
yes. It was a Mark and Casey pickup that got in our possession. So thank you guys.
So overall, it was a pretty good October.
It was.
I'm excited to try a lot of this stuff. And there's a lot of new stuff here, a lot of stuff we haven't had. So that's great.
It's that season where there's going to be a lot of great drops. And so we're excited.
Yep. So I think that's all we have for this show.
It is.
So thanks for tuning in, everybody. And until next time, be safe.
Thanks, everyone.